You know what I mean? No more gossiping about people, no more tearing people down, no social media. You know what I mean? Like that's everything to these people. If they lose that, who are they? No more competing and trying to have the best materialistic items to flex on people. Go monk or go soldier. I know shit's crazy, right? Not my friends, but it's gonna get a lot worse. Yeah, that's what I've been saying, bro. That's what I've been saying. This is only the beginning. I'm telling you, watch when that grid goes down. Watch when that internet goes down. That Wi-Fi. That's why I've been pumping out these videos. That's why I've been speaking as much as I can because can never be too sure. You know what I mean? There might come a day where there's no internet or no YouTube, no TikTok, no Facebook. You know what I mean? Nothing. Then people, yeah, people really gonna be in some shit. It is gonna get worse. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. You know, I'm not fear mongering. It's just if you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. And in a way, honestly, even if I'm affected, now I want things to get worse because I feel like that's the payback. Because I want people to realize that you worked and you were a slave your whole life and you were shitting on other people and you were putting other people down when everything you worked for in your life was a lie to begin with. So you thought you were ahead of other people because you had more money than them or more materialistic items when at the end of the day none of it mattered anyways because this system is going to collapse. So what was it all for? I want people to have that realization. And then when this system does collapse, guess what? Everybody's going to be on an equal playing field. Money's not going to matter. None of this stuff's going to matter anymore. There's not going to be no I'm above this person or I'm above that person. We're all going to be on an equal playing field. And that's where those survival instincts come into play. You know how you're talking about them survival skills? That's where you're going to really need those. Everybody's going to be on an equal playing field. People are going to be using money to start fires. Money ain't even going to matter no more. And if you have something expensive in the last days, yeah, they're going to stick you up for it. You're going to get robbed. They're going to loot. I can't wait to see, especially America, especially the West, how everybody has these big ass egos. I can't wait to see everybody get humbled. That's what I want to see. I just hope I get to see that day because that's the biggest joke. Realizing it was all for nothing. What was it all for then? Because it was all built on. It's a house of cards. You know what I mean? The foundation that this whole society was built on. It wasn't even a strong foundation in the first place. And the elites, the so-called elites or powers that be, whatever you want to call them, they know that. They know that. That's the whole reason they got bunkers. They they know when it's time, it's time. You know what I mean? That's the whole reason they got bunkers. They know what time it is. How are they gonna break it to the masses that yeah, everything you worked for your whole life meant nothing? That's gonna mess a lot of people's heads up. People are gonna lose it. People are gonna be taking themselves out. People are gonna be going crazy, man. No more social media, no Wi-Fi. Yeah, I mean society is trauma-based mind control. Yup. That's the same thing. Like people want to tear you down, but there's bigger problems out here, and they just can't see it, y'all. They can't see it. Make yourselves adaptable to changing situations. They grab for things outside of themselves for contentment. They need to look within, and that's the problem. A lot of people have no substance, y'all. They're spiritually dead. They don't care. They don't give a shit about anything I'm talking about right now. To them, this means nothing. That's why they can't recognize it. They can't recognize it because this means nothing to them. If it ain't about money, if it ain't about money, if it ain't about getting ahead over the next person, if it ain't about showing off, if it ain't about partying or going to the club, they don't care about none of this shit I'm talking about. And I appreciate that, lost but not alone. That man, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. That's why I'm surprised that I was able to connect with a lot more real individuals who understand where I'm coming from. Because I never seen this in my future. I never seen that I was gonna be speaking on these things, and I never seen. I didn't know people were plotting against me the whole time because I had too much love for people, and that's why I said that love will blind you. When you really have unconditional love for you won't even see them trying to set you up. When you got unconditional love for people, you won't even see they're trying to set up your demise because your love blinds you. That's what it is. So I had no clue the whole time. That's how deep it goes. But that's what they weaponize against you. Sometimes your love for people and your unconditional love, you I want to say family don't mean nothing nowadays. In 2026,
No play today.
blood, but that don't mean that don't mean any. They're no different from a stranger on the street. It don't mean nothing nowadays. It probably meant something back then when people still had like some type of morals or when people had some type of loyalty. But nowadays, your own people try to set you up and get you up out of here, man. It don't mean nothing. It's a word. It's just a word. It's nothing. There's nothing behind it. And that's what I've learned. If there's one thing I've learned through my targeting, that the people closest to you, those will be the ones that'll try to get you up out of here, try to set you up, man. That's what I've learned. Imagine how I look at the world after having that realization. Imagine how much PTSD that can give a person, and how I can never look at nobody the same ever again because I know that my own people are trying to get me up out of here and set me up. You think I got friends in real life? Hell no. I'll never look at nothing the same. And I think a lot of TIs feel that way, cause you don't look at nothing the same after going through this. It literally changes how you view society. It changes how you view people. If anything, it makes you more aware of these people out here. It makes you more like more sharp. It sharpens you. Your intuition and your discernment. It gets way more sharp than the average person. That's what I can say. Man, that's deep right there. Talking about AI and revelation, that's deep. Yup. Yeah, but like I said, because they perceive that to them, that's weakness to them. Obviously, we know it don't mean you're weak, but to these people, the way their mind is wired, that's weak. That's the mind of these predatorial individuals. So that's all I'm saying. I can't wait. If something does pop off on a massive scale and it shuts down this whole system, Babylon finally faces judgment. I can't wait to see everybody's reaction. I can't wait. I just hope I live to see that day. I just hope that happens in our lifetime. Cause I'm gonna be laughing, y'all. I can't lie. I'm gonna be laughing, man. I'm gonna be laughing, y'all. It's gonna hit everybody at once. Everybody's gonna realize, like, damn, so our whole lives were a lie. Even the brainwashed people are gonna be forced to realize it. That's what's gonna hit them the hardest. We were already expecting it. We seen it coming, but a lot of people they're not gonna see it coming. I would say I had more when I was younger, when I was like a kid, compared to these times. Probably had more when I was a kid, more of them type of experiences. Yeah, there's some times where them type of experiences you can't even talk about it. You know what I mean? You can't even. People just they ain't gonna understand. Yeah, they're everywhere. Some of us are them. You'll never know. You'll never know till your true form's revealed. You'll never know. I do believe that this world was hijacked. That's what I think. Like the Matrix, it's the false. It's the overlay. You know what I mean? That's how I view it. I think like the Matrix we're in now, that this is just a hijacked version of the original creation.